Hey everybody, it's Eric from EPAutos.com, your libertarian car guy. They just dropped off the new 25 Ford Expedition that's been heavily revised for me to check out for a week, and as you can see, they've gone all in on the touchscreens. But the other thing I wanted to focus on, and this isn't specific to the Expedition, it's just something that I've been encountering lately. You know, these driver assistance technologies that are weirdly standard despite the fact that pretty much nobody wants them. Well, increasingly you're not even allowed to shut them off. So I've pulled up the screen here, driver assistance, and here's all the driver assistance features. Now here's the lane keeping assistance system. So I wanted to turn it off, but you can't. All you can do is mode alert, alert intensity. You're allowed normal. That's all you're allowed. See? High, normal, and low, but not off. So you can't fully get rid of this stuff. And it reminds me of that business in Orwell's 1984, or rather the film adaptation of it, with John Hurt in it and Richard Burton, which is interesting on many levels. There's a scene in it where the character Winston, who's played by John Hurt, first is introduced to O'Brien, who's the inner party member. And if you remember, in the world of 1984, they have the telescreens, which are basically TVs that watch you, and they're on all the time, and they watch and they hear everything that people say. Well, when Winston goes to see O'Brien in his inner sanctum, he's startled to see that O'Brien, because he's an inner party member, is allowed to turn off the telescreen, just briefly, but he's briefly allowed to turn it off, whereas everybody in the outer party, of course, is required to have it on all the time. There is no off switch. Well, we're at the point of having no off switch anymore. And it's just aggravating, again, because it's not as if people want these things. And again, if they wanted them, well, then they'd be able to turn it off, wouldn't they? This stuff is being gradually imposed on us, and it's creeping control. Every couple of years it gets more and more invasive, more and more controlling, and eventually it's going to get to the point where they're completely controlling your driving. And if you think I'm exaggerating, just think about the way this has happened. The way that this advanced driver assistance technology that nobody asked for isn't on the options list. It's part of the mandatory equipment features that come with every new car. Every new car now has this stuff. There's no way to opt out of it, and now increasingly there's no way to turn it off. Anyway, just wanted to call that to your attention. There's more up at EPAutos.com, the web's best libertarian gearhead site. Thanks as always for viewing, and we'll have more for you again soon.